How are you preparing for another wildfire season?
This year, I live out in the bush, so fire season was really bad to me last year. I was actually living right beside the fire. I did evacuate come time for the city to do so. This year, I intend to not, and just fire safety, fire preparedness. So pumps, hoses, do all your proofing, and just be ready for another year because it seems like it's going to be a problem for a while to come.
Not well at all. I packed up a bug bag ready to go. Part of living up in Fire Nation is the difficulties that come with wildfires.
Mentally preparing is the big part. We're just looking at making sure we have enough supplies on hand. That's really it. Thinking about where we would go if we had to go somewhere. That's really all I'm doing at this point.
I think we've probably looked at like our emergency plan as a family, some of our emergency preparedness in terms of our house, our pets, making sure we have water and things that we could pack up easily. I think last year we did a lot of thinking about what was important to us as a family in our house and what we would take with us if we had to leave. Yeah, kind of recalibrating.
I'm preparing by denying the fact that I might have to evacuate again. No, seriously, I'm just learning from the lessons of last year by being ready. If I have to go, I have to go. I'm also deciding that probably there are some things that I'd like to do this year that I shouldn't probably rely on doing, like certain trips and so on, that if I go and I'm out on the land or out on the water and all of a sudden there's a call to evacuate, why would I put myself farther in harm's way? So just things like that.
Planning to be out of town. Unfortunately, I love being here for the summers, but I plan to do a couple trips, and I plan to support the people here that will stay any way I can. I'm not sure how that'll be, but it's all just unclear.
Personally, I'm just making sure that myself and everybody that I know is informed of the current situations with the wildfires and making sure that we all have plans and ways of getting out if things end up getting worse.
I'm making sure that all my gas lines in my house are safe to use, so barbecues, making sure that everything's safe. Having a safety kit ready, so that could be like water, like non-perishable foods, just all the essentials before I leave my house. But yeah.
Wow, how am I preparing? To be honest, I'm looking to move out of Glen Rosa. I am in the fire central, okay? And I moved there after the fires. But how I'm gonna prepare this year is make sure that I have a go bag. Last year when I had to evacuate last minute, I was at work, had to rush, and I kind of just grabbed clothes and I thought it was gonna be a couple of days, where I've really looked into it now and it's like, make sure you got your laptop, your ID, my birth certificate, things like that. So this year I'm preparing with my own prep list and a go bag.
Yeah, we are. We live in the Castle area, which is just across the bridge, and had a fire meeting with a community association about a week ago because we were really close last year. So we had to evacuate. So we were unaffected, but it's always scary. But they did build a new access road out of the community, which we never had before. So we have two ways out now, which is a benefit. So thank you, West Kelowna, for that. We're definitely prepared. Got the safety things. We sure don't want to be caught where we were last year, for sure.
The question is where to go and how to get out, and how quickly. And I think we're safe on this side of the city, but with the way the winds are whipping up these days, it's scary for sure.
I have a Class 1 license and a pilot's license. And as far as preparing, I've put notices on the internet that if a wildfire happens and people are in trouble and they need a Class 1 driver to, help evacuate or things like that, then I'm fully available as a driver, free of charge, volunteer, to do whatever I can to help.
Actually, I've got a small cottage up at Maple Lake, and we've been clearing the brush and making sure that everything's clear in our little plot of land there. And we always have a safety kit in our vehicle now too, so we're ready to go on a moment's notice.
Actually where we're from in Lethbridge, southern Alberta, there's a drought or potential for a drought, and we're not, other than waiting to see what happens and from instructions from the authorities, there's not much that we can do, right? So.
Yeah. So I'm actually from Nova Scotia, and we had those huge wildfires there that everybody's complaining about. So it's just like going with the bans with like the use of fire or the little things in your backyard and just following regulations and rules, because I've seen, we've all seen the detriment to it, and so many people lose so many things over one dumb mistake that's, you know, controllable. So yeah, we were pretty sour about that.
Keep your windows closed. We have lots of plants in the house, and we live around a forest, so we get some air purification out of that, but not much else.